Harry Pitman, the 16-year-old who was killed on Primrose Hill on New Year's Eve. A 16-year-old has now been charged with that. It's such devastating news, isn't it, for his family?
It's really devastating for his family and also all the people that knew him. So my niece knew him. So my brother came round and I said, oh, you know, how are the kids? And he said his daughter was devastated and didn't know how to deal with it at all. They were on Primrose Hill. I mean, actually, my niece and my son decided to go to Alexandra Palace rather than Primrose Hill this year. So they could have been in the vicinity. And Primrose Hill was full of families, people with pushchairs. You know, it's not where you'd expect this to happen because everyone was watching the fireworks. And this altercation happened, and the knife crime in this country has become out of control, and the people that are not just dying of the crimes, but doing the crimes now. A 16-year-old child has been taken in. It's so worrying and it's so hurtful, and it just feels too close to home.
Yeah.
Too close to home.
That is what strikes you, isn't it, Tommy? It is the ages that we are talking about here. I mean, when you see the pictures of Harry Pitman, it's a boy, it's a child.
Yeah, and sadly, probably even younger than that. Look, you're going to speak to Andre from Damage, who's working, well, formerly from Damage, who's working with, you know, knife crime and things. So he'll have a lot more of an insight into this than us. But the sad thing is, this isn't, like you said, this isn't a gang scene. This is Primrose Hill. This is a view spot, like you said, where I've gone with and I've gone with pram and pushed a pram up there and all that. And so you go with your family and you think you're going to get a view. So this isn't like, well, look, we don't know what the situation is. We don't know enough about the backstory of the boy who actually committed the crime. But what's so sad is there are so many different factors that are leading towards very young people carrying weapons. Why is that happening? Why is that happening more now? Why did this boy feel the need to take a knife to Primrose Hill on New Year's Eve? That's insane, and that's the heart of the problem.
And you know, as a parent, your biggest fear is on both sides.
Right.
You know, about your child carrying something like that or doing this terrible act, but also being the parent of having fear of your child being in the wrong place at the wrong time and something happening, and it's getting very, very, very scary.
And sadly, it's the kids that are sweet and lovely that get caught up in it because they're not reading the situation. They're not from that street background. We grew up in East End of London. I'm not saying we're part of any kind of gangs or crimes, but we could see what was going on around us. You could feel the kind of, hold on, this is all just suddenly getting a bit hairy. Let's just get out of here. Let's just go home. But the kids that are kind of oblivious to that were just there at Primrose Hill, watching the fireworks, maybe give someone an awkward look. Someone looks at him and they see him as a soft target. It's horrible. And what's sad is one bad decision of carrying that knife, one bad decision of using that knife, and it's split moment, peer pressure influence, society influence stuff, and everyone's life has changed. No one recovered. It's horrible.
Really, really scary times.